Day 2, a week later. So I did start some of this, as you saw at the beginning of the video, without any audio. I just did a real quick, fast time-lapse kind of thing. I started taking down the interior walls. So today we're going to finish taking down the interior walls, then we're going to go to Home Depot, we're going to get some insulation to put in between, may even start running outlets and some electrical, and then I have pieces coming tomorrow from Amazon, the shore power plug that'll come through from the outside in, and a actual electrical panel, and some 10 gauge 10-3 wire that will come from the shore plug up into the main electrical box. I probably won't ever actually be using true shore power, but just in case I want to have that capability, like I said, there'll be a generator up here. So the idea is the generator will be pulled out, started up, and then the shore power plug will go from the generator over to the plug on the trailer, and then that should feed the electrical. So let's get started. Show you what screws they're using to hold the walls up with. Looks like it's a 1-inch standard self-tapping flathead Phillips head screw. Pretty sure I didn't miss one. Well, they got one of those blocks in there. How is that in there? Why won't it come out? Because they dropped body sealant on it. Well, that's just interesting. Show y'all what I'm talking about here. So they've got spacer blocks on the bottom panel. 2 of them. Not touching the studs or anything. I guess that's just so that if you're loading stuff and you slam it against the wall, since this is only 3/8, I don't know. But there is, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a picture of this or not. No, probably not. But there's body sealant down there. So basically, before they put this piece in there, they put some body sealer, which is what this is right here, in between the plywood and the aluminum sheathing. And if I pull and pry too hard, it's going to put dents, inward dents or outward dents, either or, on the trailer on the outside. So if I encounter that more, like that one, I'm going to have to leave up. I'm guessing it's the same thing on this one. You know, maybe they do that for stability of when it's being towed down the road and rocks and stuff maybe coming up and hitting it. I don't know, but I mean, they've got diamond plate on the outside. So, so what I may have to do is when I go to do my insulation, I'll have to slide it down there behind the panel as far as I can and put some strips on the sides and just, you know, insulate the best I can basically. And just go from there. Yep, same thing on this side. Alrighty. Oh, they had screws. They had breakaway screws in there. So it screwed in, broke off. Nice. All right, let's see if we can do the same with this one. All right, we're gonna pause here. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, and then I'm gonna take all this stuff, find somewhere to put it, probably in the shed, or in the garage. Maybe the shed, I don't know, shed's close. And once that's out of here, we'll get these sides down, get that side down. I have to come in, there's a metal flange, I don't know if you can see it in the video right now, but there's a metal flange here on the side that kind of comes back to form around the door frame. So that has to come off. Looks like it's just Robertson screws. I don't know why they decided to use different screws. So I'll pull that off so I can get the rest of the wood stuff out. Yeah, fun stuff. All right, so you can see we are working with a naked trailer. Definitely some water management I got to take care of. So when I go to Home Depot to get the installation, we'll pick up some zip ties. Screw down, I'm not sure, we'll figure that out. You can see I also was able to remove those pieces of plywood that were down below. So all I did to do that was pry really hard and it popped off. The sealant is still stuck to the aluminum though. So I will probably have to come back out here and sit down with a razor blade and just try to scrape that as much off as possible, or off as much as possible. There we go. So that's it. And you can see all the wood back there in the shed. So that's it. So now we're gonna go ahead and head to Home Depot. I'll take some measurements first to make sure I know I'm getting enough sheets. And we'll pick up the insulation and some screw down zip ties or something. And we might even pick up some electrical boxes. We'll see. Well, I went upstairs to get my keys so I could go to Home Depot, and lo and behold, Amazon showed up. So let's open this bad boy up and make sure we got everything we ordered. "10-gauge 4 conductor. Looks good to me. Should be able to bring one phase in on this side, one phase in on this side. All our neutrals together. I'm not going to ground it, we're going to do floating neutral. That's based on everything that I've been reading. And then we've got plenty of inlets up here, outlets, all that kind of stuff. So maybe we'll also pick up some clamps for this. But yeah, that'll end up on the wall somewhere over in that general vicinity. All right, so we're back from Home Depot. Got some insulation. I think I need 8. They only had 7, so hopefully that should get me started anyway. Of course, they're 8 feet long. I only have a 7-foot ceiling, so I'm also thinking I might be able to piece together some of the scraps. And we also picked up some 12-2 Romex zip ties, zip tie mounts, blades for my snap knife. They only had 2 of the shallow outlets. And we're going with shallow outlets so that they actually can fit inside the 1-inch studs here. And some self-tapping metal screws for mounting the zip tie mounts. And a little bit of window foam sealant. So once I get the pieces cut, put them in place, I'll seal them at the bottom, top, sides, that kind of thing. We'll see how in depth I go on that. All right, so my boards, styrofoam boards for the insulation are 4x8. It's only a 7-foot ceiling. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the extra foot off basically at the top. Make sure, yep, right at 8 feet. So all right, take this inside and we will see how we did. It's pretty good. The thought is I'll put some spray foam at the bottom. Maybe nothing really up here at the top. We'll see. But so the places where I'm going to have electrical outlets, like I think I'm going to do one inside this stud here. So there'll be an outlet down here. I'll figure out how high I want it. I'm going to say probably between 18 to 24 inches off the ground. I'll have to cut the foam around that and leave room for wiring to run up. So I think I'm going to do one here, and then one back here. Of course, I was only able to find 2 of these because they're sold out, so I need to order some. So yeah, that's the basic plan. All right, it's the end of the day. It's sometime after 6, not sure. Still a little bit of sunlight coming through. I'm hot, I'm sweaty. I'm done for the evening, but we'll show you what I've got done so far. Pretty much all of the insulation for the walls is cut and fit into the locations where they need to go. This was the last section I did. As you can tell, it is pieced together, but I did this with 7 4x8 sheets. I managed to fill in between every single stud all the way around. Now I'm gonna have to come back before I can get the walls up. And down here, again, this is where the generator is going to slide out. So I'll have to, I'm welding up a frame at work. Then I'll have to mark it on the wall, cut it, weld it in. So I'll have to pull this insulation out, recut it to size around that frame for the door, basically, that's going to open so the generator can roll out. I'm also going to be preemptively framing for a window along this wall, just to let some nice daylight in when the ramp door is closed and that door is closed, and I'm trying to either keep it warm or cool depending on what time of year it is. So, but this is where I'm leaving it at tonight. I'll come out tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to start screwing in the zip tie mounts for their wiring, all this trailer wiring. I haven't decided if I'm actually going to leave the Scotch locks or remove them. I'm also thinking I'm going to relocate the on-off switch for the overhead light, which was back here, which I don't know, seems a little inconvenient. I guess if you're coming in from the ramp, but I'm never going to be coming in from the ramp. Once this trailer is done, it'll be very rare. So I'm going to rerun that wire over here so that I can put the light switch here. So basically when I open up the door, I can reach in and turn that light on, just to give me just basic ambient light when I'm coming into the trailer initially. This is where they've run their trailer wiring up here, so I just split the board. I'll tape over it. I do have some, like I said, spray foam that I will be putting in there. I haven't figured out exactly where. I still have to cut out for the outlets. I got to get more of those ordered. So tomorrow being day 3, my main focus is going to be trying to clean up their wiring, relocating light switch to the other side, and there won't be a whole lot done tomorrow because it's football. Yeah, it's Sunday. All right. So I hope everybody's still kind of following and enjoying. I'm doing this more to remind myself of what I've done and to help anybody else that maybe is thinking about doing something like this. There's a ton of trailer build videos out there, but it's like one will have, you'll be able to find, oh, they did this section, oh, they did this section. I haven't found a full from the ground up, just done. So that's what I'm shooting for. So again, End of day 2, time for a drink.